What is up, all you decent people? It's it's really good to see you guys. I started this channel 3 years ago to the month. It's just been a little while since I released any long form content. I actually haven't done that since before my son was born. So today we're just going to talk about that a little bit because 3 years is a decent amount of time, but y'all didn't get much from me last year. So we're just going to play some holes here at Admiral Farragut and have a nice little vlog style video. I think Admiral Farragut got some new teepads, so I'm pretty excited about that. Yeah, so we're just gonna have a little chat, have a good time. It might be a scoring round, it might not. There are new teepads. There is snow on the teepads, so I think we're gonna have a good time. Okie dokie, hole one of the best ones out here, and honestly one of the best ace runs ever. Holy crap. Yeah, sure, that's some brand new concrete right there, but it's covered in ice. That's not nice. So my family has had many, many blessings, but I think 2025 would be fair to say that it was the hardest year of my adult life, for my family and just surrounding family also. Just to like rattle off a few things. My brother passed away, which is something we've expected for a while, but it was still really hard. I actually found out he was in the hospital while I was standing on the tee pad at the mounds ready to tee off for the meltdown tournament. So I like left the tournament, didn't play. Yeah, and we've like kind of lost a couple of people that year. Had some big job transitions. We do have our second child also. So a bunch of factors really played into 2025 not being a great year, but essentially my cup wasn't full, and if my cup isn't full, then I can't make content. And so that's why in over a year, you guys really didn't get any long form content because I was trying to be a present father and just kind of keep everything together. But 2026 is looking like a good new year. All right, hole one, we're definitely throwing two off the top. The ace run for me is actually I throw like a pretty choppy forehand. Oh, I do not want to get hurt right now. It seems like every time I chop this and get through the first gap, it kind of comes in at basket high if we hit the gap. Oh, good kick. Bad shot, good kick. We'll try the backhand using this nice dry patch here. Again, I think these are all just going to be standstill. All right, let's try and kind of flex this through there. Just nice little toss through the gap. All right, also not the gap we were aiming for. We're down there for a putt. Maybe one more ace run just for fun. Throw your putting putters, y'all. They do crazy things sometimes. Like hit trees. I feel bad. Like I feel like I should apologize for not making content in 2025, but at the same time, I only want to do this if it's fun for me, Because if I'm having fun, then you guys are getting good content. But if I'm forcing myself to do it, then like it's just not worth it. Start our round off with a straddle. I think we're close enough. I don't even really want to use my putting putter, so that might be a bad idea. Nice little Toro straddle to start things off. Yeah, let's take it. All right, hole two, big surprise. Also covered in snow and ice. So the second thing I'm really excited to tell you guys about is you are going to be getting more content in 2026 because I'm on Team Russell Disc Golf. Specifically, I'm going to be on their content creation team. If you haven't checked out Russell Disc Golf, they're a super awesome local company, Knoxville based, but they do have an online store. They specialize in like niche discs, out of production runs, and they have regular discs as well. So definitely go to Russell Disc Golf, check out their inventory. Jeremiah and his family are really good people, and it's a man just living his dream, and I love to see it because he's pushing for it. And if you want to support me during that, you can use the code DECENT10. I'll put that here in the description when you go to his website, and that gives me a little kickback, and that gives you 10% off too. So check out Russell Disc Golf. Let's see if we can get a bird in the snow. All right, we're icy. We got to go standstill, which makes me want to go forehand. If we could do forehand envy, this is actually what I used to approach with when I first started playing, is I would forehand the envy like crazy. For this, it'll be good. It should go pretty straight if we can smack it pretty good. Yeah, oh, we actually got a little bit of turn off of it. Slid right up there. Bad shot, good result again. And that's just going to be disc golf, especially in these conditions, I think. To keep the glove on or to take the glove off. No foot faults today. That was a little closer than I wanted it to be. It is rather fitting that we're playing Admiral Farragut, where this is actually the the first course I featured on my video 3 years ago when I launched the channel. So it's kind of nice to be back here. So the third thing I really wanted to talk to you guys about was my tournament season last year, or really lack thereof. I just did not get to play any tournaments, except I did get to play the tournament that I've always wanted to play. I got to play Chains on the Links over in Saudi Daisy. Very special tournament to me just because I'm a rock climber, originally from Orlando, Florida. I used to drive like 9 hours to go to Montlake Golf Course to go rock climbing. And then I moved to Knoxville, get into disc golf, and my surprise when they're hosting a tournament out there. And it's the same time as the Triple Crown bouldering event, which is super cool. And I got to actually do that this year. But it did not go as planned. That's safe. This is not safe. Safe? Not safe. See if we can't smack the feedback out there nice and flat and not die. That would be nice. Okay, we made it out the gap. Not what I wanted, but with this footing, you know what? I can't be too mad. See if I can't flip up the trail a little bit. I want you guys to see some disc fly and just not hear me yap the entire time. A 1 and a 2 and a skiddly diddly do. Yeah, I think I hit that with like not enough power, which was okay because it kind of faded at the end. Both of those are circle 2 at best though. So Chains on the Links, very important tournament to me. And ever since I got into disc golf, especially competitively, I wanted to play the tournament. And I just couldn't. I kept having like weddings or weird things pop up that it would have been really selfish of me to maybe go play the tournament. But this year I got to. I started a new job right before I went out there, and the job's working night shift. So I got about 2 hours of sleep because also my 1-year-old now did not sleep when I got home from work at like 4 a.m. So I tried to help my wife a little bit, got like 2 hours of sleep, drove out for the practice round. You get a practice day, and then it's 2 days worth of play. Practice day, we get there, we try to skip ahead of everybody. It's not super cold, but it's also not warm. So we go to a water carry hole, easy one. And I take my favorite Champion Metal Flake Toro, my approach disc I've been using for 2 years. I know exactly what it does. I'm very good with it. And if you've been following me for a while, you know that that disc is the reason that I'm successful a lot of the time, is my approach game. And I just goofed it. I threw it straight into the water. Like threw it low, it skipped a whole bunch. It was near the edge, and I'll put the picture up, but I immediately went in. I went into the water, searched for it, found a bunch of other people's discs, not my disc. And yeah, very, very frustrating. Feedback ended up all the way over here. This is nuts. So I'm wet, I'm cold, I don't get a good practice round in. And yeah, that's just how I started off the tournament, was that way. I'm gonna straddle out a bit. This is probably a bad choice, but give her a little high bid skis maybe. I don't know if I can even generate power from here. Ugh, that's power. Go in. All right, well, not bad. Little silly. So, okay, big deal. I'm really cold. My practice round doesn't go the way I want it to, and I have now lost what is arguably the most valuable disc in my bag. But I'm still there to have a good time. I'm hanging out with some good friends. Day 1 goes about as expected. Weather was pretty windy, but not like terrible conditions, but it was windy. Day 2 was the worst conditions I'll probably ever play a tournament in my life. It was gnarly. So day 1, I think I was like tied 14th, something. I played very mediocre golf. Lots of mistakes, like mistakes that I don't normally make. Mostly approach shot mistakes. So I believe there's a reason for that. Day 2, however, it's a whole different story. We had fog, rain, and high winds. But because I was teeing off early and we're on top of a mountain, the fog was so thick that the wind wasn't even carrying it away. I'll put a picture of it here. This is a water carry, y'all. There are multiple water carries on the course that we played this day. Our card did not see the basket from the tee pad until we got to hole 14, I think, maybe 15. You were just throwing blind. So it's almost like not having a practice round didn't matter. And it was a different course than day 1. So that's important to know too. So you play one course each day. But yeah, in a way, it helped me a lot because your practice round didn't matter at that point if you played at any point during that window because you had no aiming point. I think visibility was realistically like 100 feet, maybe. So all that to say, I did fight real hard. Got lucky, as we all do in some tournaments, and I made a pretty big push there at the end. And all of my big mistakes on the day were approach shots. I did have some bad drives. Who's not going to have one or two bad drives? But yeah, I could pick and choose all day, like what went wrong during that tournament. But honestly, I had a good time. It didn't go the way I planned on it going. My approach game just wasn't there. My buddy did let me borrow a drop, which is a really good disc. I think it could make its way into my bag, but it's just not. It's not that kind of beat-in Champ Metal Flake Toro, which I am going to go swimming for. I'm going to get it back. Look at this, our first usable T-pad. I can't tell if they lengthened these or not. I think they might have added a little bit of length. It's hard to tell. So the next thing I really wanted to talk to you guys about was, what does my 2026 tournament season look like? And well, that's really a pretty simple answer. I am working night shift, and so because of that, I have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday off, which means I essentially, if I want to flip my schedule to where I'm still rested and perform well at a tournament, I have to take 2 days off of work, and that's just not feasible for disc golf. It's just not. There's other things that I have to prioritize in my life, other than that. But I can play flex starts, so my goal is to aim for like the latest tee time possible at flex starts locally this year, and I'm going to play as many as possible. So I'm really excited about that, and I am going to save some time off for Chains on the Links this year just because it was so good. But my favorite tournaments, like the Meltdown, the Schumpert Open or whatever it's called, I just don't think I'm going to make it to those this year, and that's okay. I'm sad about it, but what I'm doing for a career change and what I'm stepping into right now is good for me. So I'm excited about it. This is such a fun shot. I really like this one. You can't see the basket from here, but for me, I just like to throw my Toro flat. This is a newer Champ Toro. Feels like we've got a tailwind right now too, so if I hit it hard, it should fade in before the gap, give me a nice little putt. Hopefully better than the last hole. All right, little higher than I wanted, but yeah, we're down in the bowl. Honestly, just very grateful to have used a T-pad that's not covered in ice. But yeah, I'm excited to play tournaments in 2026. I know that Jeremiah is going to put on a bunch of flex starts with Russell Disc Golf, so that's like cool for me to do. I don't always love playing one-round tournaments because you don't get like a redemption round if something's not clicking for you. That's like a thing, but again, I've got tons of blessings in my life right now, and I'm excited to play those tournaments and also probably film a lot of them, give you guys some content. All right, not a bad shot. We're like close to edge of circle here. All right, I think we're actually going to bust out the putters this time. We're at 20 feet, we'll call it. That distance that just feels so easy until it doesn't. Cash money. Got to beat in that Toro somehow. If you've made it this far into the video, again, I just want to say thanks. Thanks for being a sub. If you're not subscribed, please go ahead, like, and subscribe to the channel. That helps. It means a lot that you guys watch this content, and I do enjoy making it. The family's doing good. The kids are healthy, and now I have a chance to start making content again, which is very life-giving to me. Oh boy, another frozen T-pad we got here for us. So I do want to talk to you guys about the types of content that I'm excited about making for 2026. I think I might try to do some more funny style content, like memes and original ideas, and maybe collaborate with some other people. If you guys have any suggestions on videos you'd like to see, whether you're a Knoxville native or you don't live around here, I'll take any and all suggestions, and please critique my videos. Let me know what's going on. I'm using my phone now. I've got a Pixel 8A that films better than my GoPro. I was using a Hero 4 Silver from 2010 previously on the channel. But yeah, let me know how things could improve. I know I could get a better audio setup, but I mean, it is what it is right now. I'm excited to make more short form and long form content. I think a realistic expectation for you all and for me, so that I don't feel overwhelmed and I keep this fun for me and you guys are still getting stuff. At a minimum, I'm going to try to do 2 short form videos every month and at least 1 long form video. And if we get more, we get more. We'll see. We got an ICT pad. No, she's Gucci, actually. She's pretty good, dude. Yeah. Nice and solid. We'll go forehand envy, and then we'll do backhand proxy, and then see what else. Little baby run up. Oh, I slipped. Being envy, though. Stable out. All right, well, that's fine. Do I want to hit this with a backhand? Sure. I'm definitely not going to run up right now, though. I'm going to tell you that, because I almost just died on that forehand. And by died, I mean I'm in my 30s, and I slipped like an inch, and it hurt. Proxy time. Line up the hips, keep some space, and then we flip it, stick it. See you later, bye. Clip that branch, weak sauce. I'm also this year just going to try to not like talk down on myself and just focus on my strengths. Like even just then, I said weak sauce when I threw the proxy. And to some people, that might be an awesome drive for them. They might have never gotten anything that good. And you know what? I'm in the circle with it. So like I was like whining for no reason. So I'm going to try to not complain as much and just enjoy the process. All right, I think we're just going for the envy putt. Chink ching. Glove putt. Nice. All right. Welcome to the hardest to film hole at Admiral Farragut. He says after he just said he was going to stop complaining. So with those flex starts that I get to play this year too, I think I'm probably going to play MA1 just because it's cheaper. I'd really like to play MPO, but after chains, it bumped me up to 940, 941-ish rated, which is about average for me. You know, when I'm playing casual rounds and I convert it over, I'm averaging, between 960, 980. So to play a tournament round after not playing tournaments for a year and still get an improvement in those conditions, I was happy with it. So if you see me in any of the flex starts, I'm probably going to be playing MA1. Might get saucy and play MPO. We'll see. But honestly, that's more of a money thing, not a, I don't want to pay more money. I just don't. I could win money, but I don't know if I want to introduce that mental animal just yet. I like it when people throw a backhand turnover on this hole. So we'll probably try one, but I always just take a Toro. I can tell I lean on this a lot. And I just kind of aim for the center cluster of trees on a bit of hyzer, try to hit the gap and hopefully trickle down there. Sometimes you can play wide, but you don't get a big enough skip. So we're just going to try to trickle down through the gap here, play this a little inside on purpose. I like it. Yep. And that's it. You come in steep enough, you kind of get a good skip. Usually it lands on the right side and rolls and kind of curls up towards the basket. I think that's what happened. And now let's go proxy standstill. Hands are cold, knees weak, your mama's old. And that right there, folks, that's why I don't throw backhand turnovers. But I'm working on it. This hole would be an all-time ace. It's just a little scary because you got the water right there. It's low right now, but you come in chain high. Even right now, you're probably getting a little bit wet. So, but man, would be a sick ace. Be sick, man. Super sick. Got to beat in that Toro. All right, welcome to the second hardest hole to film at Admiral Farragut because the tree's right there. Normally, I rip on an envy on this, and that usually just ends up pin high. I'm not afraid of it going in the road. I don't know if I can plant hard enough without dying right now to pull that off. Let's try Firebird then. Could be cool. Yeah, give me a skip. Yeah. Yeah, good play. Instead of envy, we go Firebird. Things work out for us. This hole really is like every beginner's nightmare. You got the road right there, turning things over, but you're not strong enough to throw overstable discs yet. I remember being terrified when I came here. I'm not kidding. I'm still scared. I just threw a Firebird so I wouldn't go into the road. This is the first real putt I've had all day. Cool. It went in the basket. It's always nice when they go in the basket. I'm going to have to apologize for all the road noise. You guys are about 15 feet from the road. I really like this hole. We are not playing from the shorts because the shorts is just like my least favorite line in teepad. And with that being said, like I am very thankful for any and all courses that we have here in Knoxville. But yeah, I'm just not a huge fan of that line. See if we can't kind of flex this destroyer up there because my Emperor is normally the play here, but it's on the roof of a building right now. All right, we're on top of the hill. That's all we can ask for with that shot, honestly. So, form-wise, in terms of disc golf, I've been happy with where I'm at. I felt like my aim points, my hit points have been good for a while, but I am stuck at that like consistent 380 on a backhand. Like that's kind of normally where I cap out. Occasionally, I get over 400 on flat ground. You know, my bread and butter is going to be that 350 to 380 mark, and that's okay. That's very scoreable. But who doesn't want to throw farther? I want to start doing some form work because I know there's a lot of stuff I could be doing better. And I want to try to get my forehand a little further too. I mean, if you've ever played here, you know that this is not a small forehand to get to this basket. I actually went deep. I don't know if that's the first time I've ever gone deep on this hole, but that's kind of neat. We got ourselves another circle's edge putt. That's cool. Sometimes if you're just calm and you're out here kind of playing a casual round, that's just kind of when you play your best golf. It's because you're relaxed, you're just having fun. Let's see if we can keep it fun. Because it won't be fun if I don't make this putt. I have to make this putt. I gotta do it. I gotta make my dad proud. Why do my putters feel slick all of a sudden? Let's just not noodle it. Let's like at least give it the height, everything it needs. Just rock-a-bye, baby. Rock it in there. Rock it in. Come on, we just tickled them. There it is. They can't all be birdies. There's some headwind out there. We could blame it on that, right? It's not the headwind. I just suck at putting sometimes. All right, this is really the only long hole. Yeah, I think the wood says it's 330. I don't know about that. But hey, our teepad doesn't have ice on it. Positive things. I really like forehand on this. I think my forehand's big enough to get there, so we're going to try that. But backhand turnover, you know, fairway dead straight. If you've got the power, a mid. I think I can get a mid up to the rocks, you know, but the hard part about this hole is the green, I think. So you got those tiered rocks up there. This green rocks, man. See if we can't be big with the forehand today. That'd be nice. It'd be cool if we could get there. Get a nice flare off the road. I think that's the best, is when you get flex and then you flare off the road kind of up towards the green. It's quite nice. All right, we got some flex. We got some push. And yeah, we're right up against the base of the rocks. All right, I would like to get something up on the rocks. This is such a hard shot to accomplish. Let's try the trail. I'm just going to try and throw this maybe a little flat at the road and hope that it turns. Would be neat. All right, we threw it flat. It's turning a little bit. Yeah, it's up there. I mean, it's deep. Let's see if we can get there with a mid. I think we can do it. I believe in us. Really yoink on this thing. Come on, Hex. Flip. All right, we're in the woods. Oh, well. I look forward to the things in 2026. I'm excited for this channel. I'm excited for it to grow, if it does grow. This was never a I want to make money, you know, type channel. It was more of a, wow, I really like disc golf, and I think I have something to offer the community. And I truly believe that everyone has something to offer the community because we're all different. You know, we're all different builds, we're all different shapes. There's something that you can learn from pretty much everyone. So thank y'all for subscribing. Thanks to Jeremiah for bringing me on to Team Russell Disc Golf for this season. I'm just excited, you know. Hopefully we get a bird here on hole 9. This is not the easiest one to get, so it would be nice. Maybe some of y'all think this hole is easy, but I think I've maybe birdied it once. So let's see if we can get this one. I'm going to go ahead and do that Tennessee flip because there's a big old tree finger sticking out right there. I'm going to be stepping all over this tree's fingers. 1, 2, skiddly diddly do. 3, 4, open up the door. 5, 6. Neat. All right, guys. Good bird. Good round. Much fun was had out in the snow. Well, y'all, it was good to see you again. I'm excited to be putting out more content for you all. Thanks for joining me for this round. If you stuck around to the end, please remember to like and subscribe this video. It does help me a lot if you guys do that. So just click the subscribe button, click the bell notification so you get notified when I put out content. And until next time, have fun, get better, stay decent. Or maybe even just for today, have fun, get better, and stay stinky.